So where do you think this team is at now? I mean, I think if we were to predict the outcome of this game, if this next game against Washington a few weeks ago, probably would have pegged them as a loss. But after this performance against USC, things may be looking different. So what do you think, Ryan? I mean, how does Arizona match up in its next game against Washington this Saturday? Do you think they got a chance?
Yeah, I mean, I was shocked when I saw this line released, like being 11 and a half. I know they beat us bad at home last year. I mean, I thought we were going to win that game for maybe like in towards the first half last year. But yeah, 11 and a half points. Like we did. I know it's on the road, but like no fans. I mean, like I don't get this. I mean, like I watched Washington last week. They were all right. I mean, they beat Oregon State. I mean, but like the one thing I'll give them credit. I mean, they have a very good running game. I think I counted they had like 8 people carry the ball or something,
Yeah.
like for over 250 yards. So I don't know if we can contain that because like as we saw, like maybe like the run defense was a little bit of a weakness for Arizona, but I wasn't that impressed with their quarterback. I mean, or pretty much their other parts of the offense as a whole, and their defense. Like they gave up a lot of points. Like Oregon State's not supposedly that good. So like, or we expected them to be that good. Like, so yeah, I'm picking Arizona in this game outright. I think they're going to win the football game, and I think 11 and a half is free money. Like
Honestly.
I, I cannot believe that still.
Honestly, that is a huge spread for this game. I mean, I understand, it's a road game. It's their first road game of the season. And, Seattle isn't exactly an easy place to play in, just because it's raining, every single day there. But it's actually so funny because it's supposed to rain in Seattle every day for the next 2 weeks, every day except for this Saturday. So, like, I don't know if the football gods are watching over us and they want us to play this game, but I don't know. But anyways, I do think this game is pretty winnable. As long as they do one thing, and that's stop the run. Like, if they don't stop the run, this game is wrapped. Like, that was the biggest reason why Washington won their game against Oregon State. They ran the ball down their throats that all game. That's what they did. Like, the reason why I'm, a little more confident that they can actually stop the run game is, because I really liked what I saw from Aaron Blackwell and Roy Lopez last week. And I actually think they stopped the run game, pretty decent, at least in the first half. The second half, I think they had some personnel issues, like Kevin Sumlin was saying. And, there were a couple of drives in the second half in the third and fourth quarter where they had trouble stopping the run. But, I think that was just mainly because they were without some of their guys. Jackson Turner got hurt in the third quarter, and he was having a great game. I think he had like 8 tackles before he came out. So, he was great in the run game. And I think if Arizona has their guys, like, I think they have a chance of stopping this run game. But if they do that, they're going to win this game, no problem.
Yeah, I mean, like, yeah, I feel like everyone contributed on that defense. I mean, we even saw a little bit of Derek Mourning mixed in there. I mean, which I was pretty happy about. Like at Reddy Shore, everyone was involved in that defensive effort. And I just think every game, this defense is gonna get better and get more comfortable in the system. I mean, like they're young players, like on the like a lot of them in the back, and I think it's gonna take a little time for them to grow. But after that first win, I mean, they do have a lot to live up like to in the coming weeks. I mean, after that performance. So, but like, I don't know, I don't know whoever makes these lines. Like, I don't know if like how they watch the football game. 'Cause, like, that is just like insane. Like after watching both performances, I would have Arizona as the favorite.
Yeah, this game is really winnable. I think it's really winnable. Like if Arizona just stacks the box and forces the run game out of the game and forces Dylan Morris to throw it because I think they'll have a good chance at this one because Dylan Morris didn't really have to do anything. It was his first career start last week, but they ran all over Oregon State, so they really didn't have to do anything. But stopping the run game is a lot easier said than done. Like I think Arizona did a solid job against USC last week, at least in the first half, but there were a couple of drives, where they kind of gave up a lot of points, but I don't know. I think stopping the Washington's run game is a little bit different than stopping USC's run game. Like USC's run game is pretty much just an inside zone. Like there's not really much to it, but Washington, they got a pretty crazy run game. Like they run a lot of I form. They're under center pretty much every down. Like they're under center. So the play action might come into play. Like They run a lot of 2 tight end formations, sometimes some 3 tight end formations. Like this is a super advanced run game. So like they're going to be pounding the rock on Saturday, and it's definitely going to be interesting to see how Arizona plays against this. We can sit here and say, if they stop the run, they win this game, but that's certainly easier said than done because this team is going to run the rock. Like they're going to pound it. So I don't know how Arizona is going to respond to that. It'll be interesting.
Yeah, I mean, but like you also like they had nearly 300 total rushing yards as a team. Like we can't expect that every week. That's not going to happen.
Sure.
So I mean,
and Oregon State's defense sucks. So like Arizona's defense is bad, but like I think Oregon State's is even worse. So you have to expect a better performance.
yeah, I mean, and I just have a ton of hope. I mean, this game and the rest of the games, like I think they're all winnable to me. I mean, like after this, like they play I think Colorado.
UCLA next week, and
Yeah,
they Colorado. But yeah, those are
UCLA,
both winnable games. Yeah.
UCLA, then Colorado, and then later ASU if they ever play again. But yeah, like um, yeah, I just think like they can win a lot more games than expected this year.
Yeah, this is I think Arizona is past the gauntlet. After this week, I'd say they're past the gauntlet of their schedule. Like we've talked about it before, but these first 3 weeks were going to be the hardest weeks for Arizona. So if they can just come out of this thing 1-1, you gotta like their chances and how the rest of the season is going to play out. Because the next 3 games are really, really winnable. I think. It was a shame we didn't get to see that Utah game because it would have been interesting to see how this team plays Utah. But if Arizona can walk away with a win here, they're going to be set. Like I think they're pretty confident too. Like after that win, there wasn't a lot of, or excuse me, after that loss, there weren't a lot of heads down. They weren't really they didn't seem very upset. Like this was a moral victory for them. Like they're going to be going into this game with a ton of confidence, and if they can somehow pull this win off, I love their chances going into the rest of the season.
Yeah, I think there's a lot of high hopes for them. I mean, like yeah, I mean it was just like after that game last week, it was just hard not to like look ahead on that schedule and just be like win, 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 win. But yeah, they're gonna I mean, yeah, if they play 5 more games, I mean, I think they could win. I think they can win at least 3 football games this year. That's what I'm thinking right now, and hopefully, the offense just keeps on getting better. I mean, it's only up from here. I mean, Grant Gunnell is every time I watch him, I'm just more impressed every single time.